Yeah. Let's see if a pen can defeat the copyright protection. Nope. Screwdriver? Maybe. Let's try out this spoon, though. But yeah, it'd be kind of... Because Sega obviously don't have zero money. They still publish for people. And they still license their characters out for Nintendo's Smash Brothers, whenever those come out. We might not have seen the end of Sega forever. Making something. It's been a while, but maybe they'll make a legendary comeback. You can always start again, you know. It's I remember on the Sega Dreamcast they were pushing the character from the game Knights. I can't remember what the character was called, but it was all set up to try and replace Sonic as the mascot. It never took, but they must have spent so much money trying to convince everyone that this is our new mascot now. And then, you know, you can obviously spend money on things, completely fail on it, and then just do something else, and it's fine. You don't need everything to work out if you've got enough money. Ooh. Cloud Gaming Arcade. I'm not sure if that's such a good idea. I'm assuming it wasn't. Oh, okay. The thing I will say about Sega, on the topic of Sega, is that when Mario tried 3D, Mario did 3D really well for a lot of games. Like, there's a lot of good 3D Marios. But whenever they tried to put Sonic in 3D, it wasn't quite so good across the board so often, so much of the time. There's a lot of failed Sonics in 3D. I do approve of something that doesn't require subscriptions. I really like Warframe, and I really like Path of Exile, and they're free games, and if you want to put money into them to get stuff, to get cosmetics, to get extra inventory space, you can at your own pace and if you feel like it. So I actually really like some of the free-to-play stuff, but when you say free-to-play, some people think of garbage phone games with, you know, buy currency on them, and that's, you know, not exactly what I'm talking about, but, yeah. There's a lot of different ways to make money out of your game these days, and I gotta kind of like that, so that if it works for one company, I guess they can carry on doing it. But subscriptions are kind of horrible. Yeah, I remember all the Adobe products used to be ridiculously expensive, but at least once you brought them, you owned all the Adobe products that you owned. But now it's all Adobe Cloud subscription, pay us forever, and it works out so much more expensive than their old expensive one-off purchases. It is mad. Adobe must be making some serious bank. Wow. £70 on a ship? That sounds like like a bit of a Star Citizen model. I had a friend who was really eager on how great Star Citizen was going to be when it releases a couple of years after the Patreon has ended, or the Kickstarter, or, you know, the whatever. I'm sure he's very disappointed still to this day that he still won't be playing that game. I think it's called Star Citizen anyway. Yeah. Yeah, you hear about how, like, Microsoft and some of the other companies give schools and things a load of copies of their product to use, you know, while you're learning on it. But I think the only reason they do that is so that, oh, well, later on in life when you need your own copy of it, well, the product you're used to using, that used to be free when you were learning on it, well, now you got to buy it, but it's the one that you're used to, and you don't really want to learn someone else's product from scratch, and it was all just a big money ploy. In the end, it was an investment. They gave it to the learning facilities for free because they want you to then buy it later on in life. Yeah. I don't think Star Citizen's ever going to release. It's clearly a scam. Like what I hear about the updates compared to the time frame they're taking on it, and the fact that the guy's like buying movie studios with the money that's supposed to be making the game, and offices, and diversifying his portfolio instead of making the game. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's legitimate. You can't be doing all of that stuff and actually be working on the game at the same time. I saw the guy that was really into it that I was saying about play a little bit, like quite a few years ago, and he did indeed fly down to a planet, and he did indeed get off of his ship, and that was cool that he traveled through space and got to a planet. But then there was just like one NPC in a hut that was just like, here's the package, go deliver it somewhere else. And then he got in his ship, went to somewhere else, and there was a guy that was, I think was the same voice actor at the other end that was just like, thanks for the package. And that was it. That was dull. That was really boring to watch, but cool scope, but no actual game in the game. And if there's one thing your game needs, it's some game to the game. I mean, are they even new ships, really? I hear a lot of the time they give you a new concept of a ship. So it's just a picture, and then the finalized ship, they're promising to make you that ship and design it and actually finish the iterations on it several years later, and it may not even be the same ship that you played for the first time round. So you're really paying for like a sketch of a ship that may or may not be what you get later at some date, perhaps, on a chance. And that's if the game even comes out. Is that the name of a ship? Oh, I see. And then I bet they went back on that and then made some bigger and better. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for buying what is definitely going to be the biggest and best ship. But we changed our mind, and we need some more money. Oh wow, so your ship isn't currently finalized either. You should You should find a bit of text where it says that it's going to be the bigger ship, and then when it comes out and it isn't, you can you know, point to exactly where it says what it said, and contest what they give you. This was not as promised. I bet they've just got like a load of this is subject to change written all over the purchase, so that they're, you know, they're kind of save themselves from any kind of comeuppance from changing it all. Oh, No Man's Sky, I hear there's a bit of a redemption story behind that game where it was bad, like really bad, and then they sat there and patched it for free for a long, long time and made it into something. Oh, well, it's good to see a company like live up to what they said and put in the extra mile, rather than just like make a new company with a different name with the same people behind it and then scam people again. Which is what I think a lot of them do. Yeah, isn't your side game for Star Citizen called like Squadron 74 or Squadron 47 or, you know, something or other? And that they constantly say a lot of things about how, oh, well that game's done. Like it's 2% away from completion every year. Just all the time, like whenever it gets mentioned enough, they say, well, it's almost done, it's almost there, and then they disappear again. And it's still never, you still never get anything in your hands to play and to do. It's just always on the horizon. Cyberpunk, yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I know I said earlier that I kind of want to play everything. I haven't played The Witcher 1, 2, 3 or Cyberpunk, so I've got lots to look forward to. I think I was just playing MMOs when all that stuff was out, so I got a lot to catch up on.
This will do nicely.
I hear The Witcher 3, when I get to it, is going to last me a long time and be the greatest experience on the planet ever. I don't think I want that offhand. I might keep that though, just because I don't have too many offhands that I can enchant. Yeah, I hear things about Witcher 1 where, like, going back to it is impossible if you play the later ones because, like, the controls and the interface and how the whole Witcher 1 handles is just so bad that if I am going to play it, and most people tell me just don't play it, but I am going to, but they say, okay, well, play that first then, because else you're going to have a bad time trying to go backwards. Dragon Age, I've got that to play through too. I missed out on that. I think I was playing World of Warcraft at the time. Alright, let's try and upgrade this this necklace and then get the result off of that. I think that's at 70 heal per enemy nearby. Let's see how big we can make this thing. That's the wrong NPC. Here we go.
Brilliant.
Jade Empire. You've mentioned another game that I'm supposed to have, you know, played through, and it's supposed to be the best damn thing ever. Isn't that BioWare? Back when BioWare were good. I've got Mass Effect to do as well. Oh wow, 79 life up to 310. Damn, that's boss. I love this new upgrade and then destroy it system. Cha-ching. You can see it in the preview if it goes up first to save materials. How would I know without doing some of it? Like, surely I'd need to do at least one upgrade and then come back to this NPC and look to see if 70 had become 71 or something like that. Dishonored, haven't played through that, but that looked kind of cool. Mass Effect, I hear that I just need to not play the very, very last Mass Effect because they went absolutely crazy, the developers, and just made some insanely strange game with a lot of, like, weird political leanings, and it's kind of a bunch of nonsense garbage. But the rest of them seem alright. Oh, right, look at the preview window before I upgrade. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Surely the first Mass Effect doesn't have a number at the end. It's just called Mass Effect. No, I won't be able to play the first one. Resident Evil. Ugh. I have some days where some of the horror stuff, you know, does some terrible things to my stomach, and it's like, oh damn, I can't do horror. And then I have other days where horror's fine. It's a bit weird. I'm not very consistent with if I can handle massive, massive horror. And I don't even know how I'm gonna cope with jump scares and things. Like, if I do a jump scare game and a playthrough for it, it's gonna go on Patreon. Someone's gonna have to pay me to be jump scared repeatedly at, because I'm not gonna be able to handle that very well, I don't think. Oh, Metal Gear. I played through Metal Gear Solid 2. Is that the one we first play as Raiden so many times on the PlayStation 2? I think it was, if I'm thinking of the right game.